Hello, and how do you do? My name is Professor Miles. I am a professor of education here at Drexel University. I focus mostly on how to excel within education. I am 26 years of age, but my actual expertise in education came from working in Access. I was a mentor at UCLA for high school students in Los Angeles and Pasadena counties. And then from moving from UCLA, I went on to the University of Pennsylvania, earned my Master's of Science in Higher Education. So that means I understand how to get students in, get students through, and get students out of college successfully. I want to talk to you today because I'm presenting information on what I think it takes to get into college and succeed. It is now basically application time across the country to get into higher education. We do understand that higher education and going to college is not the great economic equalizer, but it can give you an advantage. It can provide opportunities. It can create relationships that positively impact your life. And if you take advantage of those opportunities, it can take you the distance. So today I want to talk to you about what I think it takes to get into college, especially as you're filling out your applications, or if you're a junior, a sophomore, a first-year student in your high school. This is what you can do. This is what you can do to make a plan right now on how you can succeed and get into the college of your choice, or the best college you have available. So I'm going to write down some topics of discussion, and then from there we'll proceed forward. Let's go through the topics really briefly. Topics: goals, lessons, performance, test, statement of purpose, school choice, finances, mentorship. These are 8 non-negotiable topics that must be discussed in order for you to get into the school that you want to get into, the best opportunity for you to become who you want to be, learn what you want to learn, and be able to grow vast in the knowledge while you enjoy college. Once again, my name is Professor Miles, and I thank you for being here, and I'm here to take you the distance. I really love to help. And I'm going to run through these things pretty shortly. If this is not enough for you want me to say more, you can email me. I'll place my email below. You can also contact me on social media at Professor Miles _. Secondly, I just also want to say I can come to your school. I live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Let me know if I'm in the region. You want me to Skype in and do something. If you could fly me in and we can have that conversation in person, I'm much better live than I'll ever be through a camera. Best believe I'm here to help you achieve. All right? Best believe I am here to help you achieve. That's all I want to do. So let me tell you what I had to run, hunt, and track down so I can get into UCLA, then do it again to get into Penn. It's not easy. Right now I work at Drexel University, and I serve on the admissions committee for the honors program here at Drexel University. So I see firsthand what first-year students, transfer students are saying in all of these different facets, what they're doing in all these different facets to try and get into an honors program here at Drexel University. We're talking about an honors program in the top 100 university. Now, does your state test matter? No, don't care. Throw it away. What matters? SAT, ACT, those are the ones that matter. What do they care about within the SAT? They care about your math and your English. Math is the hot spot. We're talking about STEM, right? STEM, science, technology, engineering, math. Science, technology, engineering, and math. Math and English. Can you crunch the numbers? Because numbers are everywhere. English, can you articulate what you want us to know? Think about that. English will never be old. Matter of fact, in the realm of global business, English is what's spoken most often, regardless of what the home language is, the native language is, in the country that you're traveling to, for the greater majority of the world. I'm sorry, for the majority of the first world. There's three of them: first world, second world, third world. Now, the SAT, same thing. You want these scores to be as high as possible. Now, people always want to say, well, if I have a high GPA, then I can have a low test score. You could. But we're going to take the average. You don't want to be average. Who shoots for average? Right? If you have a high GPA and a low test score, then you might get into an average school. Don't nobody's shooting for average. Right? You telling me you go to school, you aim for a 2.0? No. No, you don't. Or you wouldn't be watching this video. All right? What you want is a high GPA and you want a high test score. That's how you get into UCLA. That's how you get into Penn. That's how you get into Drexel. I'm biased. Those are the schools I worked at, been to, studied at, attended. Those are also the top schools in the nation. I need you to aim high. Shoot for the stars. You might land on the moon. You'll still be off this planet when it comes to your academic success. You can get there, but if you don't aim there, you won't get there. I need you to get there. Now, how do you test well? For all of you who are saying, I don't take standardized tests well. You're right. You don't take standardized tests often. You are what you do often. Your routine, what you physically do every single day, is the heart of who you are. So it's important that you actually practice taking the standardized test over and over and over again. See if you can find SAT practice tests, ACT practice tests, and practice taking the test. Because the test taking is a skill and it's not taught in school. That's not something that we value that much. In order to get better at that, you're gonna have to take that more often. I would challenge you at least once a week for literally like months on end to practice taking that test. Practice timing yourself and your ability to communicate the information that the test wants to know. It's possible. You can do well. Now, it's also not impossible to get a high GPA, a low test score, and then say, oh, well, I still got into good schools. Absolutely. It's definitely possible. But to have the highest possibility of your success, you're going to have to give next level best. That's what I'm communicating to you. Okay? Now, it's personal. You remember your triumphs? You remember your tribulations? That's when these come into play. If you have a bad school year, if you go all the way back to your actual performance, if you go back to your performance and you had low grades, you want to explain low grades. And your low grades should always be because of some outside of school tribulation that you couldn't control. Some type of uncontrollable stress that was just coming at you consistently. That's the only reason you should have low grades. It's the only thing that makes sense. You went through something. You've had hard times. Have you lived a harder life? I don't think so. So what happened? Let's really think about it. If you weren't doing well in school, you didn't care about the classes. Why didn't you care? Reflect. Think about it. The triumphs only talk about the low grades and how the tribulations distracted you from being able to get high grades. But you were able to triumph over it all, despite the challenges. Now, let me tell you, if you live in a low socioeconomic community, a poor community, a community where most people don't go to college and graduate, the fact that you went to high school and are applying to college in that environment gives you an advantage. You are someone who has to overcome so many more mental challenges than someone who lives in the middle class or someone who lives in the upper middle class or upper class. Period. That makes you mentally stronger. Talk about how you had to fight every day and how every day was a fight and a struggle to just make it into a learning environment that actually supported you. Do you have overcrowded classrooms? Overcrowded classrooms mean your classroom had over 20 people in it. You should never have a ratio in a class that's more than 1 teacher to 20 students. If you had over 20 students in your class, that's an overcrowded classroom. If you have an overcrowded school, that means you couldn't be in the main building. You're out in the bungalows. You got these weird mobile buildings outside that you're going into school with. Do you have gangbangers in your community? Are people doing drugs in your community? Drugs hit all levels of economics. They don't even change the type of drug. People are using them. It's realistic. Alcohol problems. Did your parents get divorced? Right? You want to talk about how you've been able to become so strong in spite of all these different tribulations that continue to come at you. It's even better if you kept your grades up. Keeping your grades up means 3.0 or above, or your grades got better every year. Okay, there's 2 types of students that universities love to see. These are not the only ones that exist. These are their favorites. Genius. When it comes to their grades, right? 4.0. They just got it, right? Or 100, right? So we're going to go 3.0. That's like a B. 2.0. 1.0. 0, right? Freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year. The whole time they just got a 4.0. They just doing great. You a genius. Congratulations. You're so smart. You got it. You know how to not only grasp the information, you also know how to excel in expressing the information in the formats that your teachers required you to. Congratulations. If you went through any challenging times or had the ability to be incredibly innovative, found a club, or be the first person to go and represent your school at some type of camp that no one else has been able to go to, studied at a college on campus for a week, 2 weeks, months, you're stellar. Because you did all that and maintained perfect grades. The untier student. Keeping the same scale. This 2.0, this 3.0. The untier student. Can't get knocked down for too long. The untier student. Untius. He was a Greek and Berber wrestler, a fighter known as the son of Mother Earth. Every time he got knocked down to the ground, he got back up and was like, I'm stronger than I was before. If you ever seen a Saiyan and you know about Dragon Ball Z, you know what happens when a Saiyan loses a fight and then it comes back recovered. There's nothing can't stop that Saiyan. The Antier student, you're Goku. You got better. School was hard, but you got better. And you finally figured out how to get better and better and better, which means you have the ability in your mind to overcome any situation that is thrown at you. And that no matter what type of challenge you see and find in school, no matter how bad your transition is and going into college, you'll be able to bounce back, understand and master the game and keep going. Now, the beauty of an Antier student versus a genius student is that, look, this is an acceleration up. If there wasn't a cap on grades, the Antier student might never stop going up. Genius student doesn't even know what it's like to be truly challenged. They're working hard and they get the perfect grades. They didn't have to fight through their grades. The trials and tribulations were different. The Antier students, you get better over time. Can't nobody stop you. Let me tell you about Rocky Mountain. Rocky Mountain. So Rocky Mountain, you get it? You look like the Rocky Mountains going up and up. If you're on the East Coast, the Appalachians. I'm from California, baby. Hold it down. Rocky Mountain student. Now, you don't have a hard time, right? Why is it that you don't have any type of stability? Constantly going up, constantly just succeeding. But Rocky Mountain says, look, I can do well. You see on my grades that I can do well. I got knocked down and I fell down. But when I came back the next year, I stood up. Les Brown once said, if you fall down, try and land on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up. And that's what's important about the Rocky Mountain student. What their grades don't support, their character does. And in your personal statement, talk about your character and how that's something you can bring to the university. That no matter what the university is going through, no matter what the student population is experiencing, no matter what you as a student, Rocky Mountain, are experiencing, you will rise to the top of the mountain. You will stand up there with clouds. You will be great. You will succeed. You will be there on Mount Olympus. And even if you fall down, you will climb back up the mountain. No matter how rocky and rigid it is. Can't nobody stop you. You great. Now when it comes to these three types of students, now you're going to have to choose what college you're going to. Choosing what college you're going to really matters. But don't apply to any school you don't actually want to go to. It has to be the school that you want. Be great, but make sure that the university is also great. Apply to top schools, couple middle, and a couple backups. I think it's really important that you understand that when you choose a school that you really want, you've analyzed everything about that school. Athletics, academics, arts, opportunities, alumni. Do they have it? Are they doing what you want to do? Is your mission aligned with the university's mission? And is the university's resources aligned with your opportunities? Thank you for watching this portion of Student Access Equal Opportunity Education. I know you learned a lot, but we have more to teach you. Stay tuned. We'll be right back here on MilesRashad.com. I'm Professor Miles, and I'm here to take you the distance. I can take your school the distance. I can take you one-on-one the distance. I can take you and your friends the distance. I can help you understand the academics, the finances, and the necessary investments that you need to make in order to truly actualize your dreams through education. It's important. Knowing is not enough. You must act on that plan. I can help you create the plan, act on it, and keep you accountable. I'm Professor Miles, and I'm here to take you the distance. Bring me to you. Don't miss out.